the quality experience that they get from our program. And it's thanks to you working concessions and doing volunteer hours and just showing up. I love going to games, and there are so many fans in the stand, and it's you guys cheering them on even when the scoreboard might not be exactly what we want it to be. So thank you so much. And I also want to echo her thanks to the whole Booster Club board. You guys have done so much this season, and we so appreciate it. And let's just take a moment and give a round of applause to Monique. We love working with your daughters. They are such incredible people besides volleyball players. And that's a testament to you. Their character is a reflection of your parenting. So thank you for letting them be part of this program and putting in the time and effort to allow them to do that. I think the captains said it best when they were talking at the very beginning. This is a program that's more than just learning the skills, learning the strategy of the game of volleyball. It's about growing as a player, yes, but also as a person. Not just in a kind of an athletic way, but academics as well, and developing character and integrity, and what that means, and how to face challenges, and the hard times as well as the good times, and how do you react to those. And I'd like to invite the varsity team, which is come on up. We're just going to take a minute to recognize each player. This has been such a fun season. I mean, just really a unique group of girls who came every day to practice and really worked hard and had fun at the same time.
Okay, so we're going to talk about Kayla first. So Kayla was a player that really could be used anywhere. I mean, I know when I had her on JV, she filled a lot of different roles in the front row. She played outside, she played middle, she played right side. That kind of was mirrored here on varsity this season. She got a little taste of hitting everywhere in the front row. And then throughout the season, she became focused on being a back row player. So that was definitely an interesting transition. Obviously played back row when she was in the front row every now and then, but it was a different set of skills, you know, and a different group of girls that she's working with that she has to learn how to actually compete with. Kayla is a player who always seems to be super in control of her emotions. Now, mom and dad, I don't know, maybe that's not true. But from what I see, there's just not like there's a nervous Kayla. It's not like she's up here, she's down here. It's happy Kayla, confident Kayla, nervous Kayla, sad Kayla. It looks very even. So she's a very interesting player to have on the team because she will make these amazing defensive plays, and then she just gets up and it looks like she just made her bed in the morning. So it's awesome to have her on the team because if I was on the other side of the net from Kayla and she was having a bad day, I wouldn't necessarily know. And so that's the type of player that we really like to have on a team so that she doesn't look shaken and she can, even if she's not feeling 100% confident, she's at least conveying to her team and to her opponents that she's a confident asset on the team. So I want to present the participation award to Kayla.
Michaela, please step forward. So Michaela, you've heard from her already. She was one of our captains this year and really brought a ton in terms of leadership, not only to our team, but to the program as well. I don't know if you know this, but our captains not only take on the extra responsibility of really taking a leadership role on our team, but they kind of caretake all of the girls in the program in a lot of different ways. So it's an extra layer of responsibility, and you were wonderful in that role this year. On the court, you could always tell Michaela not only because of her different color jersey, but because she was the one really covering the entire court. She was diving on the ground over there, getting up the court, going back to the sideline, and she was all over. I know the season didn't end quite the way you wanted, but without you, we would have had thank you so much.
All right, the next is Kylie. Kylie was one of our setters. She filled that role for most of the season, but throughout the season, she also worked on passing the back row as more of a defensive player. She typically was in the back row running 6'2", but she was setting, so now she got an opportunity to touch the ball first as opposed to second. Kylie is a player that is such a huge ego boost as a coach, because she would ask a question and like where she needed to be on defense, and I would tell her, and she would just be like, "Oh, okay, yeah, that totally makes sense." She would always make you feel like you were giving her the best information possible, which was awesome because I love field and worked at practice, and she was always making me feel like I had all this knowledge. So that was definitely a really nice thing to have on the team, because she was filling different roles, she was learning, but she was blown away by what I had to tell her. So congratulations, Kylie.
So coming into this season, the morning of tryouts, we kind of looked at each other and said, wonder who's going to play middle blocker for us this year, because we knew we had Bryceland returning, but that other spot was kind of a mystery. We knew we had a lot of good options, but it became very clear within the first week or two that Morgan was going to own that spot. She came in, she's got really quick feet, so she was able to close the blocks. I think middle blocking is one of the toughest positions in volleyball, physically and also mentally, to stick with that setter and read them and read the offense on the other side of the court. And you did that so well this year. It was really, other coaches would come up and say to us, how long has she been playing middle? I said, well, she's played middle and she's done all these other things. And, so it was really fun to see you just own that position and to grow as a player.
Next is Bryceland. All right, we're gonna start with Bryceland. Okay, so I remember, the seasons are kind of a blur sometimes, especially in the beginning, until you kind of know all the girls. But in the beginning, I remember the first time that I saw Bryceland compete, and there was nothing necessarily that I was like, oh, this, there was nothing about it specifically, but I was just drawn to watching Bryceland play. She just is such a positive, light, confident. She has this vibe on the court that's just something that it's fun to be around, because there's no stress. Maybe there is, but you can't really feel it. So it was something that I just noticed was going to be an exciting part to coach out of that player when I was hopefully going to get her at JV, which fortunately happened for one season. So Bryceland, kind of similar to Kylie, but not in the same way. Bryceland is such an advocate for a coach's message. If there's a player on this team this year especially that I would need to go to kind of get the girls to kind of work towards what I as a coach would want to see, Bryceland's the one to go to. She's always pushing the positive message. She's working towards the goal in the right way. So she definitely fulfilled her role as captain this year by being a powerful, confident, and just very optimistic and positive leader. And as Coach LaChapelle was saying, it's hard to see successes in our conference because we play with literally the best teams in the state every single year. So if you can kind of have a season end with not frustration and tears every time that you're playing Egan and Prior Lake and Lakeville South and North and all that, that's a win already. And the vibe that you were able to give the team this year was something that is hard to match. So congrats, Bryce.
This is Emmy's second year playing on the varsity team, and this year she came into tryouts and it was a whole new person. She walked in the gym and she was confident and assertive and just owning everything about volleyball. And her jump was so much higher than the year before. We were kind of talking about, man, she must have just max jumped every single day of the off season to get her vertical that high. So it was really cool to see that from day one of tryouts. So Emmy Academy is part of the E through STEM program at our school, and the teachers that run it